What's up, interesting people of YouTube? I'm gonna talk to you about the UV light that they're putting up on these streets. So this particular street doesn't have it, but I'm gonna take you to a location that does have UV light, and I'm gonna give you guys some of the reasons why UV light is used. So most of these lights, they're just regular white light. What is UV light? Ultraviolet light, right? Ultraviolet light is in the spectrum of 10 to 400 nanometers. Black light, the one that, you know, glow in the dark stuff, shines certain colors, your teeth, your shoelaces, right? That's 350 to 400 nanometers. Then you have visible light, meaning the light that you and I see, our eyes pick up. Our eyes can pick up from 400 to 700 nanometers, and after that you have infrared light. So UV light is used in water purification, for example, because it kills bacteria and pathogens in the water. UV light is also now being implemented in hospitals to clean rooms. So after they'll bleach it and clean it, whatever, they'll bring this machine that shines this bright UV light, and it kills all the fucking bacteria. You know, it kills like 99.9% of everything. UV light is also like when the sun shines all light. It has everything in there. There's studies going on right now in regards to UV light and how they cause plants to photosynthesize, and you know, it's like one of the primary things they're thinking is one of the primary things that gets their system going, because some plants go to sleep, some plants wake up. So UV light can have effects on us too, just because. So UV light, your eyes might not pick it up, but there's a bright light shining on you. Do you understand? You get what I'm saying? So I'll give you more examples of what UV light is used for. So UV light, we use it to detect like bioluminescent stuff, anything that glows and certain colors shine under it, right? So UV light will enhance that or make things more visible. Now, we have certain gadgets like night vision gadgets. We have infrared, right? Like if you ever watched like a police chase, for example, sometimes they'll have like the infrared camera on, and they'll like watch the person, because at nighttime they light up like a light bulb, you know. So it's one of the ways like we detect things in the dark. Now, UV light wasn't originally used for night vision, but as technology progressed, we started implementing UV light too, because our sensors got more sensitive. We started creating the technology caught up with it, you know. So we can use UV light for a lot of things, and you can have UV light lasers, you can have UV light bulbs, LEDs. It just a wavelength of light. Now, it's not an accident that they put this up. It can't be. I don't think it's an accident they put it up. And the reason why I don't think it's an accident is, if you've ever gone to Home Depot to buy a light bulb, you kind of have to pick a wavelength of light you want. You know, if you've ever, like I kept a snake for years. I had a Colombian red-tailed boa, and for the daytime I would use, I wouldn't, but when it was really young, actually I did. When it was really young, I used UV light for daytime and infrared light for nighttime, because they need heat day and night. So without this, the snake or the reptile will get sick and die, or get cold and die, or whatever it is. They're gonna die if you don't use the light. They need sunlight, you know, they need UV light. Now, I personally believe that our government put a whole bunch of detectors for all kinds of things around the city. So LA is a big city, right? 17th largest economy in the world. Greater LA area has something like 24 million people. So you need to put sensors up for like in case of terrorism, in case of a threat, in case of danger, right? So you might put like something for that detects the level of radiation. You might put something that detects certain pathogens. You might put something that detects the level of CO2 so people don't get poisoned from fumes from cars or from things burning. You know, there might be a whole bunch of sensors in a whole bunch of places, and they're not telling us, and they won't tell us. It's not for you to know, but what's important is, as a nation, they obviously have contingency plans in case shit happens, you know? Now, UV light, we also use it, and I'm sorry I got the phone down there. There's just a cop car next to me. So we also use UV light to get suntans. Now, if you go to a spa and you get a fake tan, you're under UV light. So we know that UV light does a lot of weird stuff. Now to go into like a little bit of my theories and stuff, which is my theories, and they're not like tinfoil hat theories, all right? So we could put UV lights up just to keep people from getting sick, because it does kill pathogens in the air and bacteria and viruses and stuff, right? So they might be installing it for that reason. It might be because it correlates with another technology we have, and I'm pulling it up on the light right now. It's going to be right in front of Big 5. So it might correlate with certain technology that we have. So maybe our satellites are picking up something. Maybe we have certain gadgets that need that UV light to operate better. You know, maybe it's to operate under the radar, for example, you know, so that people don't realize, you know, something is being monitored, but something's being monitored, right? It might be for your benefit, or it might be against your benefit. Our government, the United States government, obviously it's taken many steps to protect the people, the economy, the city, the state, the country, the government, right? But it's also done some weird shit, like the Tuskegee experiments, right? Where they literally experimented on citizens of this country, on an entire population of people. So they've done some shady shit too, right? So when it comes to government, the government is not just the people. It's not all good. Sometimes it's bad. Sometimes like people come in all shades, right? Like some people are just inherently just fucking evil inside, and some people aren't, and some people hold high office and they might be great people and do great stuff, and some people might do horrific stuff, and they might be fighting for the same exact thing. So that's a UV light. I'm gonna pull up to the street right next to this where they have another one installed that's super bright, and you're gonna notice the difference. You already see the purple in the light. I'm colorblind, I see purple. Maybe you see blue, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of times people are fighting for the same position, you know, for like, they want, you know, what they want to be pushed forward before someone else's plan to be pushed forward. And they might be corrupt, they might not be corrupt, right? You never know the real reasons why they're doing it. Look at how purple this light is. It's fucking crazy, man. Like, I'm gonna stop right under it. Like, you could see it's big time, like, just purple. That's like mad UV light, dude. The amount of juice that light is taking is crazy. It's crazy. I wonder what I wonder how the people that live these apartments feel, especially the ones where it's shining on them while they're sleeping. I'm so curious to know how they feel. If they feel depressed, if they can't sleep, it has to have some type of an effect if you're sleeping with UV light on, you know? It has to. So yeah, so UV light, yes, it's used in hospitals, it's disinfecting, all this stuff. So we really don't know, like, what they've said. So this all started on the East Coast. This is now just getting to LA, I guess. And originally they said, oh, it was just bad light bulbs. And no, light bulbs, they don't just change color like that, They purchase lights in a certain spectrum, and that light remained in its spectrum. It might have lost like some of its capability, but it retains most of it because it's designed to be in a certain wavelength. So they purchased light that was from 10 nanometers to, let's say, 600 or 500, right? And they know that when this light bulb goes bad, it's gonna lose, let's say, the 5 to 600. It's gonna lose, let's say, the 10 to 50, and it's gonna retain, whatever's in the middle, for example. So they know exactly what the light's gonna. It's not an accident they put it up there. They're not telling us why they put it up there. I'm just giving you reasons we use UV light. Like I said, now we're starting to use UV light similar to how we use infrared light. It's a detection method, right? It's night vision method. It's like the military started using it. There's all types of weapons. You can just Google weapons UV light, and you'll see a whole bunch of just stuff. People just don't like researching stuff, I'm not with the whole tinfoil hat thing of the shots and stuff like that. Like, come on, man, kick it with that. And I'm not an advocate of shots. I'm an advocate of, like, free. You want to take the shots, get the shots. You don't get the shots. But I don't think the lights have anything to do with it. For all I know, I might. Who the hell knows? But I'm not subscribing to that shit, man. Like, the level of technology we have now, I don't think those two go hand in hand. I really don't. We use UV light to detect fake bills, like fake money. If you put your ID, if you put your money under UV light, there's gonna be watermarks. There's gonna be shit that your eye doesn't regularly see, but your ID has it. So it's UV light's using a whole bunch of stuff, man. And yeah, so that's me covering UV lights. My thoughts on it. Maybe you give a fuck, maybe you don't. Maybe you care, maybe you don't. Maybe you like the lights, maybe you don't. It is what it is. You guys have a nice day. Peace.